What's up, guys? My name is Spartan, and this is episode 4 of Tower Talks. This is a podcast style series that I do occasionally, where I just bring on different guests and we discuss either the tower or their towers and just anything tower related. So today I've got 5 guests with me. I have Tags. What's up, Tags?
What's up? How's it going, man?
I've got JP978.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I've got Greeny.
Yeah, what's up?
Crowbar 0.
Well, hello there.
And last but definitely not least, Bonsai Lad.
What is up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
But yeah, I wanted to basically just pull these guys together in a Discord call and just kind of discuss a few different things related to version 27.3 that recently dropped. Now that we've had a few tournaments and just, a week or two since the update, and we've had some more time to sort of collect our thoughts about it. So I think a good place to kind of kick this off is kind of just to open discussion style, just talk about the overall state of the idle tower defense post update.
Yeah, I guess I'll start, guys. What's up? It's JP978. As introduced myself, I've been playing for a while now. I think with this update, the game has changed, I think, for the better. I know I've been huge on Econ before, and that has carried a lot of us very far. But I think now the changes overall, you get to see the strength of people's towers and where they are developed and less developed. And I think with these changes, it has made the battle conditions in tournaments mean more.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the battle conditions. The ELS thing, it genuinely surprised me.
Yeah, so for this update specifically, I think it really only changed tournaments. I do think it is better because it's going to be better for the future. It's preparing for the future, since enemy level skips aren't going to be as good as they are where they were before, I guess. It's got just less waves overall, and yeah, it's pretty much just future proofing.
Yeah, there's a lot of towers that still benefit from a little bit of ELS, but the benefits are drastically different. So actually having like a separate spec specifically for tournaments is extremely valuable, I believe now.
Yeah, it seems like now with the change, ELS is probably not as effective as it was before. Now, in terms of Econ, I don't know. I guess now you could argue that Econ now may not be as effective as it was in the past. I don't know. Hard to say. I mean, I'd hate to see that, but it is what it is. But yeah, in terms of the tournament change, the ELS thing was a interesting change. I think now it's going to bring things like CC and stuff like that up more on like the priority list, as opposed to just like Econ and stuff like that. So I think like Econ and other things are going to be more, like CC and stuff are going to be more like a priority now for tournaments, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. CC is critically important at this point, and I am very much regretting not investing as much in the toilet as I should have up until this point, but we're going to correct that shortly. And the ELS flip was also really interesting to me as well. It kind of switched it from a end late game benefit more to a early Legends benefit, because if you're going past 1,000 waves, it's basically pointless because it goes to 0 and doesn't make that much of a difference. But with the wave reduction, the bracket that I had the previous week, the difference from demoting to keys was only 48 waves, and a little bit of ELS in that section would make a pretty big deal to some of the earlier Legends players, where then it falls off on the out instead of like Greeny having 90% eels and just flying past us into the thousands of waves, and people that were in the beginning had no value whatsoever. So I kind of just inverted it and squished everyone a lot closer, which I thought was a really interesting and overall good change as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy for shorter tournaments. I can go back to farming.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
But although they say shorter tournaments, but I don't know, Greeny Crowbar, you guys feel like it's starting to grow again?
Not yet. I haven't.
Yeah, no.
It seems about the same so far. I mean, the enemy scaling's just super fast. It's going to be harder to gain waves just from like damage. So yeah. I do feel like it'll be harder to like kind of how when version 27 came out, we were only at like 4,000 or 3,000, and we got all the way up to like 6,000 waves. I think it's going to be a lot harder to like gain waves like that.
Yeah, we're going to need a new set of mechanics to start pushing it up a lot higher, I believe. So that'll probably come with the next version, like usual. But yeah,
Talking about the changes to the game, I do think I think now with it being so much CC and damage more focused, I think a lot of people are looking at GT14 a different way, as opposed to like those 4400 stones now. Can it go to assist mods? Can it go to something else? And I don't mean to say it that far in the game, but I think Econ now is being looked at differently, guys. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
About that, because I'm heavily debating whether I should do that next month,
So-
the GT 14 or not. I'm
Yeah.
still like on the fence about it though.
And we're talking about,
Yeah.
I mean, Tags, you're making what, 30, 40 Q an hour, and that's where he's talking about that. Not early stages, but late stage now. It's like you're thinking about doing different things now, which is good.
Yeah, 100%
Yeah.
agree on that. I was on the golden path myself as well, and I'd made it to a GT11 when this update dropped, and everything changed, and the Chronofield Plus just became a much bigger priority for me. I mean, I obviously like the Econ, but at 20, 25 Q an hour myself, I start to ask myself, now that ELS is mostly gone for me, what purpose does it serve, and what am I spending the stones on? I've already bought all my masteries that I care about and can afford more. There's the assist labs, but those scale up into, I think, the S coins at some point. And it really has shifted a lot from Econ. A month ago, Econ was 100% king, but now it's definitely a question in the air at this point.
Not for
Now,
me. I still feel like
that's-
I'm always going
yeah.
to side with Econ, even if it's not
And
optimal.
that's-
That's just me, though. Sorry, go ahead, JP.
And I think me, you, Tags, and I think me, Bonsai, Tags, and Spartan were around the same level now. And I'd like Crowbar and Greeny. How do you guys feel about that? Econ is still king?
I think it's still really good. The main thing I think, just because this patch kind of made it worse for like tournaments, it's still good. It's about the same like value as it was in farming and milestones, but also the fact that updates in the future could add more uses to Econ. And since Econ's kind of like the long, like you work on it for the long run, maybe we could get a bunch of stuff for coins and make them make Econ way better in the future. So it just kind of depends what comes in the future, I would say.
So,
Okay.
so Econ's not dead, is what I'm hearing.
I don't think so.
yeah,
Perfect,
I agree
perfect.
with that.
There's my clickbait YouTube title.
But with this change in the tournaments, right, Crowbar, Greeny, can't you argue that like the stone count now matters more? Like having a high Econ doesn't matter, and like not that doesn't matter, but like a lot of people were hiding behind ELS, right? It was helping them.
Yeah.
The stone count is also important, but it depends on where those stones are allocated. And same with the Econ. If somebody only has a spec where, for like tournament, where they have everything heavily invested into ELS and not into like their damage stats or whatever else that they're using or should be using to compete for tournaments, that's detrimental to their setups.
Well, we already kind of bled into point number 2 already, tournaments and balancing. But I guess I do have a question. I guess this is, man, I feel like we're just interviewing Greeny and Crowbar here. But I am very curious to hear your guys' take and the rest of you as well, but just regarding like the late game meta, how things are kind of looking.
Currently, I think it is different in like tournaments and milestones. So personally for tournaments, I do what I call hybrid. It's technically not really hybrid. It's just using EHP for overcharge and just glass cannon for everything else. I don't know if that's considered hybrid. I don't know exactly what it is considered, but if you have the investment, using EHP for overcharge is easily viable. I can say that pretty confidently. For EHP only, like no damage, that's a bonsai question. I have not done the math on like EHP for all enemies.
Yeah, we're definitely working out the math as we go, because with the tournament change and all that, everything is drastically different. Going back to CC being a lot more important as well, I was able to brute force my way up to 2,000 waves in previous Legends with just EHP, and now I got shunt back to about 1,200 the moment the Tier 17 stuff dropped, and I realized the thing that I'm missing is CC. Some of you are familiar with Giga. That guy is beating me by 500 to 600 waves at this point with about 20% of my EHP developments. But what he has is a really superior Chrono and Swamp. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way for me to take my EHP with the CC and make this giant glass toilet health style build and push myself to the end. I think it's promising, but I'm going to have to do a lot of work to prove it out in reality as well. I think the math is there, but we're just going to have to see what happens.
For sure. And I think that the crowd control, it's still relevant. Like I think it, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's still just as relevant for you as like more EHP focused as it is for like some of us that are more glass cannon focused.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'd say it's even more important for EHP because when you talk about the glass cannon CC aspect, it's just a delay in time. It makes things take longer to shoot you, so you have more time to kill them. But with EHP, we have that. We also have the regeneration factor. So I can tank Commander Buff Rays at 1300 waves in Legends even now. And if I can slow down how much stuff comes in, the tower can regenerate back that health back to full and no actual permanent damage is taken. Eventually with the Chrono Field, it gets fast enough that scatters cease to exist. It is way more important than I thought it was, and I will admit that I made a mistake kind of dumping on it up until this point. But, you live, you learn, you adapt, and you just correct your mistakes and start going forward from there.
For sure.
Double down, Bonzo.
I'm still doubling down on health. I'm riding EHP. I'm almost top 1,000 in Legends with mostly EHP and some light CC now.
Oh, you're doing better
I'd say
than
that's
me.
progress from... Yeah, I think I have to beat you one more time to win your server, right? It was 3 in a row.
Well, we don't have to discuss the details now, but...
That's pretty funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, going off of that, Bonsai, I think me and you have been around the same level for a while now. I know you've gone the EHP route, I've gone the glass cannon route, I've gone the Econ route, and this change to the tournament, I think your tower got boosted, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. The thing that got me pre-update was still the commanders. 2,000 is more than 1,000, but the first 900 waves are just free for me because nothing can damage me. And then the commanders show up and it's kind of a roulette. So it was 100% a buff to me. And obviously Giga, who didn't drop any waves at all, which is insane. Toilet is overpowered. 100%.
Hey, what about you, bro? How you liking this? How's your play style? Glass cannon tournament?
So I'm not gonna lie. I kind of did begin to like going really far in Legends. That's just my opinion, but it is what it is. Obviously, no. But at the same time, though, runs were becoming like an hour and a half each, and honestly, it kind of like destroyed me in a way because I was doing like 2,600 waves. Now I'm only doing half of that, and I did rely on ELS a good amount, so. I need to switch up the play style now, and I need to work on my CC because I don't have a perma swamp. My chrono loop is lacking, so I got a lot of things I need to work on, and so now I got to decide whether do I finish my econ or do I just pivot and just focus on tournaments. I got to make a decision by next month, but I am so confused at the moment.
I'm right there with you.
Dude, I'm literally debating between doing GT14 or doing Chrono Loop and stuff. I don't know at this point. I really don't know.
I have the exact same thought. It's like Econ is still great, but is it king still, or is it number 2 to CC?
I literally feel like if I do the GT14, I honestly feel like I'm going to fall behind in tournaments. That's how I feel at this point. I don't know. I could be wrong though.
There's also like every time that you are investing into Econ, there's a period where you're falling behind a little bit. So your results are always going to lag a little bit, but is the end of getting that upgrade going to slowly creep you up enough? And
I will say this though. Well, Crow, I will say this though. If I do this upgrade in Econ, I'll be able to like develop my assist mods a lot more, and I think that's going to be a nice boost in itself for tournaments and stuff. Because if I could start affording them easier, I could easily get them to a good enough point where, well, not a good enough point, but like at least like 6 or 7 levels in them, and that'll make a good difference in performance, at least in my opinion.
But yeah, I guess Greeny and I were a little bit on the lucky side because we're farther along. So when they came out with new econ tools, we were able to dive into them immediately. And then like you could tell who went heavy on the new econ and who didn't because the people that didn't would have a temporary boost in their rankings for a little while, and then they would kind of piddle down a little bit as everyone once they got off the econ and was able to invest in like the new damage aspect or whatever, then they would start creeping up. So it was always a lag period of your progression, sort of, but to build up for that, just long-term investment.
Yeah, so as someone who's done it before, what would you recommend that someone like me or Tags do who's sitting on this fence trying to decide Chrono or Econ? Because we both have GT Plus, we also both need Chrono Plus.
It's really a hard call, because if it's the difference of, it could also be the difference of jumping up to a new tier that you're farming, which brings a bunch of econ benefits as well.
Well, I will say I'm on the fence currently of moving up a tier. Are you telling me that Chrono Loop will help me move up a tier when I farm now?
It might.
Yeah, it's kind of the same boat that I'm in, Tags. I'm technically doing tier 17 farming right now, but probably should still be in 16. So I got Chrono Loop 10, and I'm wondering if I got like Chrono Loop 12, if that would be sort of the straw that broke the camel's back and pushed me over.
I mean, I think that's fine. I've been doing 17 with Chrono Loop 7, so I think if you have level 10, that's more than enough.
I've been doing tier 7 with Chrono Loop 0 until last week, so.
Wow.
I would say it also depends on so let's say, there's somebody who's watching that's in the same boat as you guys. How much are they spending per month as well? Are they getting all the packs? If you're getting all the packs, you've got a little bit more flexibility and I'm gonna go for both.
I'm free to play, dude. I'm sorry, man. I don't buy the packs. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Nah,
me
I'm
too.
kidding. No, but
you're like the new species of.
No, but Spartan, what I was going to say was real quick. I know this might be a little bit off topic, but when you were saying about 17, I kind of did a thing like that at first where I wasn't able to fully do 17, so I was doing it with like the range card and just until it was a stable tier, and then I took out the range card and did 30 meters. So you may have to do that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until it becomes a stable tier for you. I don't know. I mean that's up to you.
I got you.
Like the 43.5 meter range.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing currently. With the range mastery. It's been pretty good. I am curious, kind of coming back onto the tournament topic. Have any of you guys so far, since the update, sort of experimented with like doing a run with ELS and one without, and what kind of notices or differences you guys have noticed?
I have, yeah. I did a experiment where, well, I did a couple things. I did one where I took out like 5 or so levels out of ELS Plus. I think it was like I took out like 8 levels, and I did one run, and then I did one run where I did my usual setup like before the patch, where I had the most amount of ELS Plus that I use, and I just did my regular setup, and the regular setup actually did better by like 70 waves, but that was just one run. So I think now the play is to keep your ELS at a decent level, but instead upgrade the level skips in the workshop more, like the regular workshop. Like instead of 500, get it to like 600 or more, so that you max it out sooner in run. Maybe I think that might be the play. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I did actually between this last tournament and the previous. The previous, I had my typical setup. In the most recent one, I guess I got 13th place globally, which I guess was a decent upgrade from what I was doing before. Yeah, I shifted a lot of my coins out of ELS more into the initial levels, since everything's just going to be, torn down progressively faster. Trying to get as much of that benefit early on, and then distributed the rest into like damage and orb size and whatever else I wanted.
I wanted to say, so I do think it is still actually good to have ELS, even though it's like way worse than it was before. I think Bonsai mentioned that like you can get like 50 extra waves, and that can make a huge difference for placement in your bracket. So, I mean, that's I think that's pretty possible to get if you either the difference between not investing at all and like full investment. So I do think it is still worth it to have some. It's just not quite as strong as it was before.
I would say put it to a point of maybe like you're not investing heavily into it, but it's like, okay, I put a little bit into it. It's not really subtracting much from anything. Like I can make this amount in a run. Okay, let's do something else, with the rest of your coin.
Yeah, that's awesome. So now I kind of wanted to finish out this video just sort of discussing what you guys think, given it's about to be, 2026. What do you guys think the tower has in store for us? Predictions for 2026. What do we think is going to happen, or what do we want to happen?
Well, one thing that I would love to see is the Mythic Tournament League, so that some of us poors can get the keys that Greeny and Crowbar have been taking since the game released, basically. I don't know. There's just so many high tier Legends players that I just join and see them enter sprint into 1800 before my tower even loads, and it's like, oh, no first place this week. I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of good to have more of a higher tier league for all those people to go off and have fun, so we can kind of enjoy getting keys for a change and all that stuff.
I agree
I kind
with
of
you.
feel like the more you progress, the more it kind of locks the people below you out because of keys and ELS and getting stones for GT14 and all that stuff as well, and just having a kind of a little bit of a way for people to squeeze in there and move on. I think would be a really good change there.
Well, and also just the growing player base as it continues to get more and more competitive. They're almost certainly going to have to do that, because even Legends League was not always a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's
Legends
inevitable.
was the solution to overcrowding,
Mm-hmm.
and it's time to do it again.
But kind of piggybacking off of that, what do you think? I feel like at least if they did implement something like that, they would almost have to sort of also add, kind of like Crowbar mentioned earlier, some form of new mechanic or new thing that would be locked by some new key equivalent currency that's exclusive to that league. I don't know. That's kind of my thought on it.
I don't know if it would be like a new currency per se, but everything is going to increase in cost. We've got the tier 1, 2, 3 in the power tree.
Mm-hmm.
That the cost for those increase a lot. So, and I know that they've got some other games like the Planet Miner that has a pretty expansive similar looking thing to the Vault. Not exactly, but it's similar. And they could just continually grow the power tree, so it's more branches, more costs. There's a lot of things that they can do as far as the Vol goes.
Yeah, that's a good point. They could even do a new tree that does something totally different. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
EHP tree.
The EHP tree, the bonsai tree.
Well, they could do things like bots. They could add here's a +1 start
New bot.
like a bot tree, or I don't know, maybe something that would tie into guilds. There's a lot of things that could be done.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to have bots do maybe multiple things based on the tree potentially. Or another thing I heard was card fusions, which would be
I was about to
interesting.
mention that you beat me to it. Damn it!
You can have the tags. I took Mythic League.
No, you're right. All I was going to say was they made a post months back, if you could take 2 cards and merge them together, what would you do? And then just imagine if you could combine Fortress and coins. The more defense absolute, the more the bigger your coin multiplier. Yo, how cool
That would be
be?
amazing.
Yeah.
I would smoke
And
all of you.
That's when the rise of dabs returns. Oh, man.
The return.
Dabs is finally useful.
So
I just think
that's
it'd be kind of interesting to actually see lifesteal become useful again into the later game.
Lifesteal for the wall, that would be huge. They allowed that. Well, that's
What about
that's
what
pretty
about
good.
interest?
yeah, max
Yeah,
interest.
too as well.
I maxed my interest too. What is interest too? I forgot about it since tier 1.
I
have
gem
no
rushed
interest
max
in maxing
interest
that.
because I got a super chat during a live stream.
Ooh,
You savage. Wow.
I have done crazy things for content. I don't know.
Hey, sometimes you just do things for the fun of it, and
Yeah.
I am 100% guilty of that.
Let's go. What else? So, another thing, a couple changes, guys. Predictions. One thing I will say for this year in terms of this game, they brought a lot of things that the community has been asking for. I don't know if you guys noticed that, especially
Yeah.
towards the end of the year. And that's pretty awesome, man.
The requeues for the speed ups.
Yeah, just a bunch of things. That, the labs, the battle history for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The assist mods was something most people weren't even thinking about this year, and when it came out, 4 new modules, the modules for the holidays. It's just crazy. It's a lot of things that people have been asking for.
Yeah, and I think it was necessary as well. Like they can keep adding new content, but at some point you have to sort of rework and, make better the stuff you already have.
One thing I would do my predictions for next year. One thing Crowbar was talking about, it changes to the guild. Maybe make the guilds matter more. I don't know how, but to just figure out a way, because I think that's like a missed opportunity there. I know he has said it's more for fun, but to have like a guild boss battle or something just like that would be interesting.
So they mentioned that this is like the basic start of what they plan on doing it. I don't know what they're going to do, but it sounds like this is just the foundation, and they're planning on building on that. What that's going to look like, we'll see.
Yeah, that's kind of what my prediction was going to be about the guilds. I'm hoping that they do some form of like Clash of Clans style, like guild PvP, or guild versus guild stuff. I don't know how it would work, but there's a lot of cool
you
opportunities.
just have your towers coming at each other, and then whoever wins.
Yeah. Well, it could be as simple as like JP said. There could be like a boss tier or something like that, where all players basically within the guild fight this boss, and then they're maybe facing off against another guild or several guilds. So then whoever basically gets the most waves or deals the most damage, or however they would implement it, would win. But yeah, I think that would be super cool if they sort of made the guilds feel more like a community kind of thing. Because right now it's just, rewards, basically.
So far, everything seems to be very, as far as the guilds go, free to play friendly.
Yep.
So if there's any aspect of the game right now that is very free to play friendly, I would say it's the guilds. And personally, I'm hoping that they kind of keep that, going, at least for the guilds. Everything else they can do whatever, but at least the guilds is kind of a nice spot where everyone's effectively progressing the same. So it's kind of cool to see how that goes.
You're telling me, Crowbar, you don't want to see premium relics in the guild shop?
No.
I pay enough in tax to this game
Don't
already.
give them any ideas.
No.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, another thing, guys, because I got a couple. I think next year we should get a module for smart missiles. What do you guys think?
Please. I want that so much because people have made fun of me for maxing smart missile cooldown. And guess what? Someday they're all going to be crying.
So, I think a module for that is coming or is necessary. It's like the only ultimate weapon that doesn't have one.
Yep.
If they drop the module, you need to max Smart Missile Plus immediately.
Yes.
It's required. It's required.
One extra missile.
I gotta throw this in there. Okay, Spartan. So you actually developed your smart missile, and you're at an earlier stage of the game. Just from what I've noticed, I figured that it's a good thing to introduce kind of early on into a build. Somebody could build it up along with all their econ, and it could help them deal with prots. There's a little bit of a lull period where chain lightning is more powerful. Does smart missiles start to make a comeback, and how has that been for you?
That's a really good question. So it's not been pretty. I've wailed out on my smart missiles, but as it currently stands, they are dealing... My chain lightning deals roughly 50% of my total damage. My smart missiles are currently dealing about 30%, which is pretty good. I have not a whole lot of investment in terms of like the damage, but I've got like 13 or 14 quantity, max cooldown, and then, some module substats. But so far, it's beating out my Poison Swamp, which I feel like I did a lot more investment in. But yeah, I have zero complaints. It looks pretty, which is the main reason I did it in the first place. And I've heard, I don't know if this is accurate, but I've heard that in the like quote unquote end game, smart missiles become like the top damage source, like next to Poison Swamp, and then Chain Lightning kind of lags behind. I could be mistaken, but that's what I've sort of heard. So I'm kind of betting on that.
Smite is really powerful as far as doing, base wave damage. So that kind of skews off the numbers, and it makes it difficult to actually like parse out what's more powerful, like Smite versus the actual Chain Lightning damage. Greeny, what's your kind of take on those three?
I have way less experience with smart missiles compared to the other two, Poison Swamp and Chain Lightning. I kind of gave up on smart missiles like a while ago, back in like March, when they buffed Poison Swamp. So I've personally only been using Poison Swamp and Chain Lightning, but I do think smart missiles has a lot of potential. Like the better your crowd control is, the better they are. That's kind of how it is with everything, but they have a really good amplifier that can go up really fast.
So you mean to tell me if they buff the smart missiles again, I'm gonna have to resync them up with my ultimate weapons? Oh man.
I've been on the other side where, as far as like my module substats for, and I know there's various builds. Greeny's going with Chain Lightning, Poison Swamp. I've been going with a smart missile focus build for my farming. So it's been interesting. There's a lot of different tools that are viable later in the game.
But it's been fun. I mean, worst case scenario, they don't do freaking anything for me, but they look cool on the screen, and I'm a-okay with that.
Let's go. I got a couple more things. My predictions or my wish list. More milestones for higher waves.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that won't affect us or people who have gone really far, but it will affect a lot of other players. Like I know, and it seems like they started implementing it with the elites at 10,000. Maybe 10,000 is gonna mean something.
Yeah. Yeah, they've definitely alluded
That
to
would be
it.
exciting, actually. Having to go back to tier 1 to get whatever relic you get for 10,000.
Yeah,
you would have to do
good luck.
And then tier 2.
It'd be like nostalgic. I am down for that.
You know, it'd be interesting. They haven't done this in a while, but they haven't added any new perks in a while. So maybe I don't know. Maybe
That's
switching up the
interesting.
perks would be interesting. You know, it's
Like,
been a while.
what
since
about
they
like the
changed
cell
them.
perk tags?
Like
Yeah,
like a cell perk,
That
or
would
like
be-
switch up
cell
some, or
bonus.
like switch up some
Yeah.
of the ultimate weapon perks. You know, like I mean, I don't know, that could be interesting.
Or like
knows?
an
Your
alternate
ultimate
version of a certain ultimate weapon, so like it completely changes the behavior.
Ooh.
Like if I could get like a spotlight angle plus like 5 degrees perk, I wouldn't mind getting that. You know.
Yeah, but what if like they added perks, but then they added a perk limit? That would be interesting.
Yeah. But then are they going to add another ban? That's the thing too. Are they going to add
Oh,
a ninth
that
ban?
would-
Oof.
That would throw a wrench into a lot of farming. You
Yes,
lose
stop.
because you get
Bad
that
idea.
RSP and fill it with trash.
Yeah, interesting stuff. And I know, I think Crowbar and Greeny have talked about this, a rework to Black Hole plus Consume, right? So
Yeah, that would be super helpful.
I've heard consumes is it the worst Ultimate Weapon Plus?
Yep.
That was
Probably
my
overall.
understanding.
It does wave damage to things that it affects, so it doesn't even like touch fleets or bosses or elites and all that.
Yeah, there's so many things that are immune to it, so it affects less enemies than Chain Lightning Plus, and the longer your cooldown for Black Hole Plus or Consume, the less often that it's going to be going off. So the better you make Black Hole, the worse Black Hole Plus gets.
Wow. That's
Oh, wow.
tragic.
So then Spartan, I guess whatever I said before was correct then when I said that The only thing it does is consume your stones, basically.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
get him
sorry,
out.
that was a
Get him
little
out.
harsh.
Get him out of here.
No. I feel you are absolutely accurate on that.
Oh, wow.
Says the person who has it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, Tags. I was
Condolences.
literally about to make the same joke.
Beat you to it.
When I said earlier about not about the number of stones, it's where you put it. This is the person who's guilty of getting all the ultimate weapon pluses just so I could play with all the toys and cry later on because I've got black
Oh,
hole
man.
plus and it got worse after I got
Or
it.
you did it for science.
Science.
Yeah, pretty much.
Somebody had to
Need to
test it out
change
for the rest of
descriptions
us.
to make your black hole suck.
But on a more serious note, I am totally down for the smart missile module. Bring it on.
Yeah, that would be really
Yeah.
cool, man.
I'm trying to think of another ultimate weapon that doesn't have a, dedicated module. I don't think there is
I
one.
think it's the only way. Or what about Deathwave?
Well, yeah, Deathwave doesn't have one.
Like Multiverse Nexus, technically, it has something to do with it, but for Deathwave.
Yeah. Well, we'll
just
see.
said that they put in fleets just outside of Deathwave's range, so you're never gonna hit fleets. Well, except for Sabs, but overcharged and commanders are never gonna get hit by Deathwave.
Yeah.
Unless you run EHP mechanics where the enemies just kind of push them onto your wall and then they get shredded by death wave and electrons really fast, which happens to me a lot more than I think. Like they get pushed right onto the wall sometimes and then just get destroyed. I don't know if that's just an EHP thing or not, but
Yeah, it probably
Interesting.
is.
I've seen that with my setup in tournaments. Depends on the battle conditions, though.
It's crazy. It's you just brought electrons up, and we've been talking this late, and electrons were like a whole new game mechanic, which
Yeah.
is crazy, guys.
Yeah.
They haven't added that in a long time. It was weird, but it's cool.
We've had a lot this year. Like the ass
Yeah.
mods, I think is probably that's the thing I was the most excited about. But
Yeah, that's not the stone sink. That is in the ass mod.
Right.
you thought you were done. No.
But it-
Talking about stinks, I think another thing that's probably going to be coming out this year is another set of metal sinks.
What
do you-
would that be
New
like?
bot?
Like enhancements or like different more bots?
I have no idea. I'm just usually by the time that Greeny and I hit the point where it's like, well, there's not really much meaningful things that we can get. That's when they introduce new metal sinks, and yeah, we haven't had that quite yet. So I'm just kind of sitting on my hands on a lot of metals, just waiting
Yep.
for that to happen.
And I think I caught you and Greeny's video, but how much of metals are you sitting on, Crowbar?
Uh,
A lot.
let me look here.
Enough to prestige his bots and fully max them again, probably.
Just too much.
I'll have to end my run to
No,
check that
don't
amount.
do it.
Don't do
it.
Yeah, but I mean, they could very easily like work in some new bots or something. There's a bunch of
I
stuff
mean,
they could do.
They just added 5 levels, right, to each bot, amp and golden bot.
Oh, don't even get me started with that. I'm still mad about that.
You have a beautiful gold box golden bot, you show up the next day and half of them are blue, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, especially literally the day that you gold box it. It's like,
Yep.
oh, cool. It's not actually gold box anymore.
I mean, they did that with GT Plus, so be ready, boys.
Oh man.
You're ready for GT15? 7K
Oh,
stones.
7K. Good lord.
This doesn't apply to us, but I was thinking, Greeny Crowbar, the next update might have labs that start with like S in the front, and that's terrifying.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That is
Oh, no.
terrifying.
There's already some labs that if you want to go from start to finish, it's already in the S of coins that you need.
Good grief.
Yeah, but I can't, like, in the next version, there's definitely going to be ones that start with that, and that's a lot. I think with this version, or with the new assist module labs, for most people, they're starting out at hundreds of Qs, and that just it's a lot.
Yeah, like I just started or I'm about to finish the battle condition reduction lab. And that one, I was like, holy crap, it's expensive.
And That's just the tip of the iceberg, bro.
I know it's not even big Qs, it's little Qs, and I'm still just like,
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah.
But
That's like once you pass that and then you go into the assist mod labs, that's when things get real.
yeah, I can't wait. I'm
Yeah.
Or
excited
the
for
other
that.
VC reduction labs.
That's why I
Ooh.
don't think Econ's dead, because I still don't have enough Econ. Maybe it's dead for
My-
Greeny and Crowbar, but not for me. I need my Econ.
No, I'm still fighting for mine.
Yeah, I don't think so yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still fighting for mine too.
He
Then
gets
they-
so much hate for that.
They have to dude, I said Golden Tower's B tier. I'm already far past that point. Oh man.
We all make mistakes, bro.
Yeah, the other day he was saying about Golden Tower. He said, what did he say? He said there's so many better options of things that you could pick first. Nah, I'm just
Oh
playing.
boy, that's awesome.
Nah, I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Yeah, Tags took my updated tier list video for the ultimate weapons, and he clipped where I talked about what was it, Tags? Was it inner landmines? And I was like, throw it in the
Would have been
trash.
that. It was either that or the Chrono Field when you were like, "There's so many better options."
Oh.
Where you're like, "Oh boy."
Yeah. I think it was Chronofield. I think you're right, because I was like, it's good, but there's so many better options you could pick first. So he took that, but then took the part where I talked about Golden Tower and clipped it together.
Nice.
Good
That's
times.
amazing.
Yeah, the slander was real. It was fun.
I've got some hot takes, but that's not one of them. I don't know. Do you guys have any like other predictions or anything else you want to see for 26, or is that
I have one thing.
yeah?
I think so. It seems like every major update we get, there's probably gonna be new stone sinks now. Ever since like the web store came out, and there's like the extra 5 packs per month. Every update has had more stone sinks. So I'll assume maybe like 2 major updates in 2026, both with stone sinks. Also maybe like modules, like a new set of banners, like every update. That's been past the past 2 updates. We've had new modules.
What about a new ultimate weapon? You guys think that will ever happen?
Maybe eventually.
I don't think so, just because
I'm afraid.
of Ultimate
Yeah.
Weapon Plus.
Yeah.
I think that kind of bars the
Hmm.
addition of extra ultimate weapons, even though I know there's quite a few players out there that are really hoping for another one.
I
Yeah.
thought about that, Crowbar, and the solution to that would be you can't unlock that new one unless you get these first 9, right? That would just be a different way of looking at it.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true.
I don't know if that would work, but that would be like you need these to get this. You know what I mean?
It
How
just
would you
goes into the
handle-
pile of UW plus that you can pull from, basically.
I got a prediction. I predict that 2026 I will finally get my Spartan helmet tower skin.
That'd
That
be
would be
cool,
pretty
bro.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, if they ever do a poll, I'll vote for you, bro.
They did. They asked what skins you wanted, the community
Yep.
manager, and I literally I was trying to leverage my YouTube audience, right? So I made a post and I was like, I think it'd be pretty cool if we saw like a Spartan themed, or like, you know, with like a Spartan helmet, you know, maybe like a battlefield. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And then I basically sent the link in my server updates channel and added everyone. And I was like, hey, can you guys please vote for this? And we still didn't get it. We got like 200 votes or something, and nothing.
Interesting remarks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that I
Uh,
really want to see is another mechanic to get stones besides busting out a visa. Because there's just so many sinks in the game.
They're
where I'm
not
just like, I have nothing.
they're not going to do it, bro.
I know.
It
I just wish
sucks.
it was.
I mean, I feel the same way, but it's like, you know, the rich get richer. No offense, Granny and Crowbar. But then the rest of us, we just kind of, you know, we just skate on by.
We're but krills on their farm.
The rich spend more so that they can beat each other up, and but it was mentioned a little bit earlier, possible rework for interest. I think one of their patch notes, they actually expressed like a desire to actually do something for interest. So I think that is something that's on their radar.
Mhm.
But how they're gonna do it, you know, we would have to see.
They did also mention something about cash, right? Make cash more important.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was just to have to do with project funding. But I think he said it after. So maybe because a cash at some point doesn't matter, right? In terms of farming.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
farming, not really.
Yeah. Maybe a change to, I don't know, give you more coins, the more cash you get at the end of the round. I don't know, something.
Like project funding, but instead of damage, you get coins.
No, I just mean like the total amount of cash that you have at the end of the run.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Just it like means something. I don't know what, but something, you know?
Just gets like converted to
Something, yeah.
something.
Converted
yeah,
to
man.
stones. Let's go.
Converted
One
to
one.
stones. 1-to-1. Oh, we're rich. All I know is I am very, very excited for the future of the tower. It's been fun. I've enjoyed playing it for a year and a half. I feel like I'm not going to be stepping away anytime soon. I would assume you guys all feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
feeling a lot better about it nowadays, especially since they finally fixed the random crap teleporting through your wall and killing you with witchcraft bug.
Yeah.
I've been going after that for months, and it's like I can finally play the game. Happy. So I'd say it's looking up.
For sure. On another note, we are at 4,100 waves in tier 18. I'm probably going to get this 4,500 milestone. Wow, I did not think this would happen.
Crash,
You
bro,
pull in
let's
tags
go.
and lose it 4,400 to a blue pentagon.
Yeah, right. I don't even know what the relic is,
It's
but it's
kind of
probably
Oh
like
no, please.
it's probably like dabs or
It's the
something.
rite of passage for glass cannon players, you know.
The flashbacks. Oh
Your
man.
18's lab speed.
Oh, is it actually lab speed?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love lab speed. Sorry. Anyway, I think we've been going for a little bit. I think that's about gonna wrap it up. Do you guys have any just like final regards or final comments that you want to share with my audience here?
Yeah, I'll go first. I think I've said it a lot. I keep saying it. I really enjoy where the game is going and the diversity of builds, let's say. I know some people swear by one way, some people swear by the other, but definitely like modules matter more, labs matter more, where you have your stones matter more. It's made the game a lot better, I feel like, this past year. I've enjoyed it a lot more.
I have to agree. There's been a few people that they're like, oh, what do I do in my situation? And some people will be like, hey, I'll try this out. And other people will be like, hey, maybe you want to go with like a inner landmine SD build. And that's worked out really well for him. So just the possibilities are so much greater than it was in the past, where there was like just one strict meta build that you would have to go for.
For sure.
Yeah, 100% agree. There's so much more diversity and different options. I'm an EHP enthusiast, as I'm sure everyone knows at this point, and with all the recent updates, especially with OA, assist mods, and all that, I actually feel confident about taking this into the end game with pure health and CC, because damage is optional. Just kidding. No, I had to. But no, I'm super excited. EHP is alive, and you can play the game however you want to, and there's a whole lot of correct answers that'll get you to the end.
For sure.
I'm very
Except
excited
for
about
Black
that.
Hole Plus.
Except for Black Hole Plus.
Yeah,
I
Black
think
Hole
we're
Plus
all in
is
agreement
trash.
there.
And
Yeah.
smart missiles.
It's almost as bad as
Hey,
Golden
okay,
Tower.
okay.
Right?
Yeah, almost as bad as Golden Tower. Okay. Well, anyway, I think that's all we had for today, but I want to thank each of you guys for joining me for this video. I hope that the audience gets a lot out of this. And by the way, I'm going to have each of these guys' YouTube channel listed down in the description below. A lot of you guys probably already are subscribed to all of them, but please do me a solid. Go check out their channels, subscribe to them, show them some love as well. And yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap.
Oh yeah, and a shameless plug, I am making the comprehensive EHP guide in the near future for all of those curious about the ways of health.
Yeah.
It's going to be a labor of love, and it's going to be really fun, I hope.
What is it you say, Tags?
In terms of, oh, you lost me there.
Okay, no, you're
terms
good.
of
We'll
what?
cut this part out and it'll be cool. All right, just say health is wealth, cuz.
Health is wealth. Yeah, early game health is wealth. Absolutely. Mhm.
He specified early game.
Late game too. Yeah.
Well, apparently now late game too in a way.
Oh,
well,
man. But anyway, if you guys stuck around this long, thank you so much. Also, if you want, subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. But thank you guys so much for watching. And like always, I will see you guys later.
Or Sparta.
I'm leaving that in.